So if you can make it any morning here, but this Saturday we've requested Gail to come and teach while Nathan and Kelsey will be listening to their daughter play cello or violin. I'm not sure. Violin, right? Yeah. So if you want to come, it's quite a treat. I've really enjoyed sitting in her heart shine. So if you have a chance, Saturday morning from 8 till 10, it's like a little mini retreat. And information is in the chat window. So let's take a breath together. I needed that one. So, sustaining present awareness. Kind of have the two perspectives. Oh, the words become so limiting right away. Just the word two is just like hurting. But it's got the inward perspective, the openness of being aware that we practice. And then awareness as a tendency to turn towards the dynamism of mind, so all appearance. And it's in that incredible vividness and believable intensity of what arises that the Buddha on your seat forgets that she was enlightened already. And we fall into the dream. So here we are as a Sangha to remind each other to indeed sustain present loving awareness. And so that recognition of, the first instruction of Sochen is being aware of being aware. That's like where Sochen starts. It's where we kind of pop out the head out of the clouds and realize there is a sky, and then there's an embodiment with that. We can use the body a little bit as the gateway to the openness, and it's all different for everyone. And we maybe use all the little. There are like different facets of the diamond aiming at the light. Maybe today it's a breath, and I'm really paying attention to what are my favorite or most seductive clouds that get in the way, and then whatever that seductive cloud is, I deliberately bring into my practice and see if I can sustain present awareness with that. Doesn't always have to be a difficult one. It can be, usually happy ones get in the way too. And then sometimes there's a bit of when we ask to sit in the recognition and the sustaining of present, open, loving awareness. Sometimes there's a little doubt. Is this it? So when confidence evaporates and doubt arises, you can actually feel that clearly in the body, because doubt and the dropping away of confidence and maybe the dropping away of trust is a form of pain. And as Eckhart Tolle says, he calls it the pain body, which is a little bit nihilistic, because in the more profound traditions we actually call it the joy body. So then maybe the joy of pain, have fun with that. But when we start to realize the insubstantiality of all emotion, including the doubt, we can start to notice this shimmering intuitive perception uh, that you can take beyond these subtle insights. So we really come to realize that the discomfort of doubt is just a modulation of fear, and it takes you even deeper into these difficult and different expressions of fear, and then the fear itself is an apparent physical appearance, becomes a subtle gateway. So you can kind of feel any form, any difficult mind state, but most mind states are the flight response, the survival mechanism hitting in. So there are all these different facets of little fears and bigger fears, and you can feel into that. We all carry a little bit like the nervousness of the survival mechanism, which inspires proliferation to no end. So let's take a breath together and shine the light of knowing, the loving light of knowing, the healing light of knowing on any kind of discomfort in the body right now. Right? And and then we can become really discerning what are these discomforts. But now I'm asking you, is there any doubt there? Maybe not so much, because most of you here have a serious practice and have come to know, I recognize the nature of mind. But then there's the doubt, will I get there this lifetime? Will these bonus days we get be sufficient to be awakened? And the strong clear answer from all those that went before is yes, it's right now. So feel into that little bit of discomfort, and maybe if you find some doubt, let's feel into that. It's in that somatic intimate resonance. Through that can be the formless gateway. You can kind of feel into what knows this doubt. Just kind of pull right up into the light a little bit and move any negative mind state from a subject to an object. And immediately there is the boundless freedom of being. Bah, there it is. So there is mission accomplished in principle already. Maybe some of us, or all of us here in the Western world, still have this habitual avalanche moving, but we can just pull up into the knowing. And then when we start realizing kind of the insubstantiality of that resonance in our body, a little bit of the pain, the little shimmer of the pain body, it's the shimmer that wishes to be seen. And through that form, it's a form of form, we realize it's insubstantial, and it's a gateway to no other than emptiness. Form no other than emptiness. And we will flow through the Gate Gate mantra for a moment, which is basically pointing at all the layers of insubstantiality of having come into apparent form. And we come to realize that our body, there is no other than insubstantiality, no other than emptiness. You have the apparent arising of the feeling of having a body center, a particular point in space, which is not nothing, yet not a thing, yet the dynamism of expressed awareness. Everything awareness, everything awareness, everything mind. Those are the profound teachings. Everything mind. So it's maybe becoming easier to feel the insubstantiality of the movement of mind, the emotions and the thoughts, and going, oh yeah, I don't have to believe every thought. I'm free of that. Maybe I'm not my body. I'm kind of that's a little more difficult. And then there is the kind of the not there is the insubstantiality of the apparent out there. So just kind of feel into. Let's take a breath together. Now this is really intense, right? So now just look around the room for a moment and just shift the mind into everything within mind. Everything mind, right? Everything mind. It's within. So the boundless wholeness, all within. The Buddha mind within. So a whole universe bangs into existence in this very moment within. So it's a paradigm shift. Like I once showed that drawing of Escher, where you just go, you shift and then suddenly the room switches perspective and there's like this whole like wow, this whole perspective, this whole paradigm shift. So just I often ask, open up into mingle awareness with space and space with awareness, and then boundless, just like that, like a snap. It's like there it is, all within, and then no periphery. And then when you kind of hold that openness, then whatever arises in that space, insubstantial, no longer can hurt us because we do not truly believe anymore in the substantiality of what arises. And then we literally flowing or following the path of spacious liberation. And when we're following the path of spacious liberation, we move into the world with our heart wide open. Wisdom is present in every moment, and every heart as the expression. Wisdom is present in every moment and in every heart as the expression of our humanity. But which wisdom and whose wisdom? How do we unveil, recognize, and relate with wisdom? By, let's take a breath, letting our heart shine boundlessly, realizing I am that, and I'm not that at the same time. Form is no other than emptiness, emptiness no other than form. The subtle forms like doubt and not good enoughness, no other than insubstantial emptiness, just arising like the playfulness of being. It likes to believe the movie, it's more fun. It appears to be more fun until the movie turns into a shitty movie. Now I don't want to be in the movie anymore, but now I have forgotten I'm in the movie. Let's take a breath. All within. Open the gaze to contain everything. Open the gaze of the eyes. Open the gaze of beingness and saturate all that is with your wisdom and compassion. So the profound and deep wisdom, no other than love, essential within our beingness. It is a primordial wisdom and freshly originally creative. It's freshly and creative, freshly creative to the healing needs of this moment. So always intuitively knowing the perfect response, the perfect loving response to whatever apparent aberration is in the field, which is usually the suffering of other beings who are still holding for dear life to the armrests of their seats in the movie theater of life. Just turn to them and hold them and whisper in their ears. Love and freedom and wisdom are right there in your heart. Take refuge within. Take refuge within. So when we do these practices, we nurture and foster the wisdom seeds to fruition. We plant wisdom seeds in the hearts of all beings, deliberately in every moment in our interactions. And right now, in this practice, in the interconnected web of being, us turning our minds this way has repercussions, social repercussions. And then the world becomes our lover, and all beings in it are love. And each unique and only moment a sacred opportunity to express the love that we are. And then enjoy to have that mirror to us. I mean, that is where, there is no pure motivation because, I wish my love to be mirrored back to me. That is so sweet. That's the dance of loving being. So don't feel for any moment it's like, I'm not so authentic because I'm wishing love to come back to me. That is beautiful. It's okay. We can wish to sit in the stream of love, be free and enjoy it. But love is only found through loving, as Lama Surya says. So how can we expect to sit in the stream of love if we do not have the capacity to shine it? And if we do not, maybe we have the capacity to shine it, but we don't have the capacity to receive it. So let's take a breath. I say, I open my heart to receive all the love of all beings, even those that do not know yet that their hearts are nothing but love. So indeed, let love be your beacon to the liberation of the story of who you think you are not, or the little aspects. And some of us are quite free a lot of the time, but let's look for the subtle ones that are still informing, not so skillful interactions. So now we'll take refuge with the book for a moment, and then today I would like to start whatever practice you wish to do. When I move my mouth and you just want to sit in your yogi move, you can do what David does, switch off the sound, or you can just let my voice be like a babbling brook, or we do something together. So I want to go from narrow awareness. We go a bit for concentration. Like when you go to a Lama Surya retreat, he takes everybody right. He starts right at being aware of being aware. In most Dzogchen traditions, there would be maybe decades of more form practices and concentration. But when you're a teacher from a profound lineage, and lamas have a certain way of anybody that comes into their space to point right at the light. But sometimes we get a little wobbly. So I think it's also good. For me, it was game changing when about a year and a half ago I picked up concentration practice quite seriously again. Still do it every day right now. So so we're going to move awareness from a small aperture to a larger one after we take refuge. Let's take a breath. Thank you. Share the screen. Oh, well, I just fell on that one. In all my lives, may I never be separate from authentic lamas. May I always enjoy the glory of the Dharma and bring to completion all of the paths and stages to quickly realize the attainment of Kunta Sangpo. Kunta Sangpo, the Buddha within. Samantabhadra, the archetypical, ever-present, boundless wholeness within. Kunta Sangpo, the liberating and dissolving of all negative mind states. Kunta Sangpo, Samantabhadra in Sanskrit, the flourishing of all beautiful, loving, positive mind states for the benefit of all beings. Natural body, natural breath and energy, natural heart and mind. In Buddha, Dharma, and Supreme Spiritual Community, we go for refuge until fully enlightened by the power of all 6 perfections, from generosity to non-dual wisdom. For the sake of all beings, may we realize Buddhahood right now. Songye chodang sokki chok nam la, jangchu bardu dakni, kyapsu chi daki jin sok yipe sonam ki. Dola pensier sangye du parshuk. Shariputra, form is no other than emptiness, emptiness no other than form. Form is exactly emptiness, emptiness exactly form. Sensation, thought, impulse, consciousness are also like this. Shariputra, all things are marked by emptiness, not born, not destroyed, not stained, not pure, without gain, without loss. Therefore, in emptiness there is no form, sensation, thought, impulse, consciousness, no eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, no color, sound, smell, taste, touch, object of thought, no realm of sight to no realm of thought. No ignorance, and also no ending of ignorance. To no old age and death, and also no ending of old age and death. No suffering, and also no source of suffering. No cessation, no path, no wisdom, and also no attainment. Having nothing to attain, bodhisattvas live prajna paramita with no hindrance in the mind. No hindrance, thus no fear. Again, no hindrance, thus no fear. Far beyond delusive thinking, they attain complete nirvana. All Buddhas, past, present, and future, live prajna paramita and thus attain peerless perfect enlightenment. Therefore know that prajna paramita is the great mantra, the wisdom mantra, the unsurpassed mantra, the supreme mantra, which completely removes all suffering. This is truth, not deception. Therefore proclaim the prajna paramita mantra. Proclaim the mantra that says, gatte gatte para gatte parasam gatte bodhi swaha gatte gatte para gatte parasam gatte bodhi swam gatte gatte para gatte parasam gatte bodhi swaha gatte gatte para gatte sam gatte bodhi swaha gatte gatte para gatte parasam gatte bodhi swaha gatte gatte para parasam gatte bodhi swaha gatte gatte para gatte 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 sam gatte bodhi swaha gatte gatte para gatte parasam gatte bodhi swaha gatte gatte para gatte sam gatte bodhi swaha gatte gatte para gatte parasam gatte bodhi swaha gatte gatte para gatte parasam gatte bodhi swaha gatte gatte para gatte sam gatte bodhi swaha gatte gatte para gatte parasam gatte bodhi swaha. So for a few moments, close your eyes and just narrow your awareness into attention and look at the in-breath and the out-breath for its full duration. Every moment and every detail, not little aberrations and subtle distractions. Just stay with it as much as you can, all the way in and all the way out. And in between the out and the in breath is a little space, sometimes longer or shorter, depending on the need for oxygen. And in that moment of space, feel into what it feels like to be you, like the whole body mind continuum, the feeling of you. No details at all, just like a global imprint, a snapshot of all that you are in this world. And then the moment the in-breath starts, move to the in-breath. So we're moving awareness around all the way in, every detail, carefully, carefully, every detail out. And there you arise, there you are. And back to in and out. And everything you are in this world. Just for a few minutes. And if you get distracted for a moment, no problem. Bring it back. And the bringing of back is building some muscle on attention. So this is building strength in your metacognitive capacity. So you start catching all the movements of the mind, all the thoughts by the nose instead of by the tail, or not at all. I've come to really actually love the practice. It feels like freedom to me. Finally, this oasis of loving energy in and out. And there I arise and fall, rise and fall, and rise. Maybe one more minute. Realizing that the quality of your practice benefits all being. That helps you bring your A game. Okay, let's take a breath together. Mouth open, let go. Ah. If you wish, open your eyes. Relax your attention. Open up into awareness. Awareness comes to rest. Yet awareness shines. The all-at-onceness gaze. Not particularizing. See everything. Peripheral vision just as strong as the center. Same from the heart. Have awareness saturate the space all around. And the space all around mingle with awareness. There are no objects, all space. Awareness only. Everything within awareness. Awareness only. It's literally a practice, because soon there is again a withoutness again, out there, outside, the reification of the world. Then you just take a breath. Awareness only. Let go of any methods, any meditation. Awareness only. Shining, lovingly, resting. Being the field. They're not too tight. Now just, if a thought comes up, great. It's known. Welcome. Welcome all movement of mind. We continue to confirm the negation of anything substantial. Just realizing that the only thing that we would dare to call substantial is awareness. Never fluctuates, never comes and goes, never diminishes. Just shining. And whatever moves is like the rays of the sun. It shines with compassion. It shines with compassion even on the sweet little sometimes lost one on your seat. How sweet that you pay attention like this. How beautiful your life was flowing this way. That you actually got to experience who you are. Simply resting in this transparent, non-dual present awareness. And then see how you can hold this perspective when you get off your cushion. We're going to take it off our cushion. It's very important. That's where the compassionate rubber hits the road. Literally. So now, while being in this resting attention, this open, all saturating awareness, see if you can hold the simultaneous perspective. So bring in a little bit of, bring in the consciousness of breath while being aware of being aware. So not contracting really tight into it, it's actually bringing in the energy of being. And in that moment in between, where the body, where we feel into the body or what it feels like to be you, notice that your body is just hanging in space like the sun shining, like a body of light. Breath in, breath out. The Buddha shines. But from the perspective of the field of being. So that's our mixing practice today. A few more minutes. You are the perfect embodiment of primordial wisdom in the world. No other than love. The greater our awareness of this natural and spontaneous presence, the more we feel ourselves as a manifestation of the splendor, the liveliness and beauty present in abundance in all and everything. And now the concentration stabilizes the view of awakened awareness. And awakened awareness stabilizes the concentration. It's not really concentration anymore. It's just a playfulness. We're going to sit for another 4 to 5 minutes, so keep your mind as you wish. Just don't fall asleep if you want to keep the simultaneous perspective of loving awakened awareness, open and boundless, with the breathy energy hanging in the boundless space, or just aware of aware. Just realize, see, notice, establish that you are the presence of primordial wisdom. And the liveliness of the joy of being, which wishes to experience absolutely everything. Welcome experience. There is no longer an experience I didn't wish for. Thank you. Thank you. There is the self-experience of the ordinary mind, and there is the self-experience of primordial wisdom. And then there is the arising of the realization of the inseparability of all that we are. Let's feel into our hearts and again set the purpose of our lives to be for the benefit of all beings in this interconnected sea of beings. And then on behalf of all beings, thank you so much for your beautiful practice. In gratitude for a long lineage of compassion. Gewa di nurdudak, jokpachempo drupgyurnye, droa chikyang malupa, dei sala gopar shuk. Through this virtue, may we swiftly realize and fully embody the natural great perfection, and that we bring all without exception to its complete realization. Jungchup semchok rinpoche, makyepanam ke gyurchik, kyepanyam pa me padyang, gongne gongdu pelvashok. May the pure, brilliant sun of bodhicitta in your heart dawn in each and every heart and mind, dispelling the darkness of suffering and confusion unstoppably until all are illumined and awakened. The first time I went to a retreat, Lama Suya retreat and Joshua tree, every time we said that prayer, I started crying. May all beings everywhere, with whom we are inseparably interconnected and who want and need the same as we do, may all be awakened, liberated, healed, fulfilled, and free. May there be peace in this world and throughout all realms of existence. An end to war, violence, poverty, injustice, and oppression. And may we all together complete the spiritual journey, dancing hand in hand all the way home. Hey, there you all are. Good to see you. So, yeah, yeah, my computer fan is going. So I don't know how loud that is for you. I will do something about that the next time. So that being in open awareness and then bringing in the breath, but yet insubstantial, kind of that dual perspective and the body. It's a practice I am enjoying right now, so that's my only thing here. I just share my practice. That's my seat with you. So I would love to hear if that was something that you were able to do, something you want to look into some more, something you already did. Or anything that came up this week or your practice or whatever, please share. Or we just sit somewhere. We'll be here.
I can share something that I had a lucid dream last night without like intention or trying. I dreamed that I was in an elevator, which is often a signal for that holocheck gives. And I didn't jump or anything, but I kept dreaming that I was in the elevator with the same person like every day. And one time when I got in the elevator, I realized I'm like, I don't think that person's real. And I took a pin and I started like popping the person and they dissolved. They completely dissolved. And then I was like, wait a minute. And then the elevator kept going like way past the stop. And I was like, maybe I could just get off now. And I just stepped out of the elevator into emptiness and I woke up.
Well, what did it feel like to step into emptiness?
I don't